way, then that's okay. Whichever is comfortable for you. So just go ahead and spread your toes, crunch your palms. We start at the bottom, we work ourselves all the way up to the top. So just spread your toes, crunch your toes, keep doing it. You can do it slow. I'd prefer if you do it slower. Maybe 3 to 5 rounds. I know. And that's also part of today being the eclipse and the craziness astrology wise. It is about experiencing the inner child. So, you know, as we go into our imagination, you can circle your ankles one way than the other. As we tap into our imagination, that is one of the biggest ways we can tap into our inner child. The easiest ways is to sit in a meditative state and dream and daydream. So circle your ankles, and then you can also pedal out your feet. Right, then left. You may need to push your chair back away from your desk a little bit and extend your feet, your legs. 3 to 5 rounds on everything we talk about. Maybe one time is heartful enough, but you do what you need at this moment. Then from there, as if somebody would just tap you on your kneecap and your reflex, go ahead and just reflex to kick out one leg at a time. So you're working actually the extension of the back side of your leg, so your hamstring, but most of all important to me is your lymph nodes in the back of your knees. Your little lymph nodes, that's why. That's where those scans were coming from. So keeping with the theme, maybe even if you're swinging on a swing set, just, you know, slowly. And then from there, slowly also, you know, take your time with these movements, especially if you're seated on a chair. You can just be mindful where you're sitting on the chair, closer to the edge, or if you need to shift back a little bit, you know, you in your space. So just bring one knee up to your chest at a time. So give yourself a little bit of a knee hug. And so you're stretching even more so the back side of your body. At the same time, giving yourself a hug. Yeah, just moving all the junk. If you haven't moved today, this is a great start. If you've moved today, this is also a great start. You know, depending on where you put your workouts, being a walk or, you know, lifting weights, whatever you do to move your body. But this is a good way to do it seated at your chair. It'll always shift something in your mind and your body. All right, let's take some side stretches. So reach your arms all the way up to the sky. You can either interlace your palms and press them back up to the sky, or you can take your right hand to your left wrist, lift up, lengthen out your side body, and then stretch over to the right. And if you want to stay for a few seconds, then stay. Otherwise, you can come in and out slowly. Take your time. And then come back to center, do it again, but on the other side. So you'll lift your arms all the way up. If you took the class, then just kind of switch around the class for variety's sake. And then stretch over to the left, or take your left hand to your right wrist and then stretch over to your left. Be mindful, stretch long first up and then over. And then when you're finished with that, go ahead and take a gentle twist. So come back to center, and then you'll place your left hand to the outside of your right thigh or knee. And then slowly swivel your body over to the right. You can place your right hand behind you or to the back of your chair. Similar to the side stretch, as I've said before, if you're a repeat offender, then lengthen up so you can twist more. And then we'll take the other side. So come back again to center and take your right hand to the outside of your left knee or your left thigh. And then you can even place your left hand behind your back and or the back of your chair and take a twist to the left. Lengthen up, then take your twist. Even shift your great gaze. See how your peripheral vision shifts as well, if you want to follow the direction of your torso. Come back to center. Place both your palms onto your thighs, palms face down. We'll take, if you're familiar with yoga, it's a seated cat-cow. If you're not familiar with yoga, that's a-okay. No judgment here on anything. But go ahead and place your palms down on your thighs and arch your back. Roll your shoulders down and away from your heart, your chest space. So we're opening up the chest. And then exhale, curl your back. So something like a cat, when you scare a cat, and they always show in the cartoons with the cat arches his back, that's exactly what you're going to do. So curl your back. And then inhale your cow pose. So it's somewhat of relaxing your belly to lift your heart up and your shoulders back. And then exhale, curl and round. You can even tuck your chin in when you round, and then lift your chin up to stretch your neck as well. Take it easy on your body. Zero judgment on the extent to which you stretch. This is just working out the kinks after you've spent X amount of time in front of the screens, making sure you saw the number, the movement of the number, the economic number, and, trying to accomplish your goals for the day. So this is just taking the ease off, working with gentle movements. And again, the focus is the heart coherence, the energy. So let's open up the heart space a little bit more. So if you come back to center, relax your body. So similar to if you were to take a sit-up, where your hands rest when you take a sit-up lying down. So rest your fingertips on the backs of your ears. And I just want you to open up your elbows back behind your shoulders if you can. So if there's restriction there, that's, again, your body, your body, how far you can go. But the intention, and you can use the intention with just energy to just open up your heart space a little bit more. Right? In order for us to receive, our hearts need to be open. It just so happens that the heart carries about 60 times more frequency than our brains. So that is proven science. So let's open up our hearts so that we're able to receive all the goodness that the markets have, our life has, all of the above. So just stretch a little bit. And if this is too much for you, you can just, as we term, goddess arms. So whether you want jazz hands, I typically just spread my palms and then open up. And if you want to close them, and then to see the exaggerated difference between a closed heart and an open heart, you can feel that as well. And then why don't you go ahead and shake that out? So if you can literally shake your arms out and do a couple arm swings. So instead of arm circles, let's just do arm swings. So I'm stepping back. So a little bit of Tai Chi Qigong. So just swing your right arm front and back 3, 6 times, 5 times, whatever resonates with you. And then turn to your left arm and then swing your left arm and just go slow. So important to move the body, move the energy. Get out of our heads into our bodies. Once you've finished with your arm swings, then go ahead and just shrug your shoulders, roll them back, shrug them forward, roll them forward, up and down. Right. So many ways to open up the heart space. And then let's go ahead and do our head and neck. Final and last movement. You could take your right hand to the left side of your head and gently guide your head towards your right shoulder. You can turn your gaze towards your armpit or towards the floor to get into your SEM and all those good muscles and nerves, that big giant vagus nerve. And then switch it out. Go ahead and take your left hand to the right side of your head, just above your ear, and gently guide your head to your left shoulder. And then turn your gaze. You can play around with your gaze too, just gentle, slow. That's the whole idea. And then come back to your center. If you're seated, make sure that your feet are planted on the ground. If it feels better to say cross-legged, then go ahead and do so. Otherwise, it'll make more sense for you today to keep your feet flat on the ground. And then go ahead and close your eyes. Your palms for right now, let's go ahead and rest them onto your thighs. And just with your eyes closed, take notice to how your body feels. Any tension still exist? Any tension that came up? Or is your body feeling more at ease, even more grounded, just by simple movements, about 15 minutes of a movement while you sit in your chair? Let's take about 4 rounds of inhales, counts of 4. And on your exhales, we'll extend to 8. So we'll multiply that by 2. So inhale, count of 4, exhale, count of 8. 4 rounds just to tap into the breath, to feed all that space that you just created within your body with good, more, even more recycled new air. If that makes sense. So go ahead with your eyes closed. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second round. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Third round. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round with my guidance. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll give you a space of about 1.5 minutes to do this on your own. If you cannot, if you're not ready, and that's okay, to have the longer exhale, then just keep your counts at 4. Or you can cut your inhale at 2 and then exhale for 4. There's many different ways. So Keep going on your own. Thirty more seconds. And then go ahead and relax to your natural inhale, exhale breath. And how do you feel? Take note. And just, just observe any shifts within the body from the moment before we started this session through the movement of your body toe to head, then through breath cycles. And let's revisit the body one more time. So just go ahead and scan from your toes, the bottoms of your feet, your tops of your feet, your ankles. Do you feel more grounded? At the same time, a little bit energized, a little bit more connected. And from your ankles to your shins and your calves. And from your front sides, back. Three-dimensional. Your knees, your fronts of your knees, your sides of your knees, your backs of your knees. Your quads, your hamstrings, those big giant muscles that actually move your body, make such a difference. Your IT bands, your inner thighs, your hips, your groin, your glutes. Your lower back, your lower belly. What kind of energy exists there? Is it relaxed? Is it grumbling? It's funny, when we start to do the body work, what type of energetic releases we encounter, whether it's a yawn, a giggle, an itch, a grumble of the stomach, a grumble of the liver. So fascinating. So how about your mid-belly, your mid-back? Tune into the belly button. Can you feel the energy moving? Is it clear? Have you ever even tuned into the energy within your body? Possibly not. Possibly you're new here. What do you feel? What about your upper torso, your upper back? So think about your upper organs, your lungs, and certainly your heart, your shoulders, front, sides, and back. Remember, the energy that exists within us also exists outside of us. That's why when you walk into a room or someone walks into a room and you can sense their energy, if they're upset, if they're happy, it's because it exists within and it's emitting out. So you're learning to take inventory of what is existing within your body and gaining tools to shift that if it's something that makes you, if it's creating discomfort, tools to work through the discomfort, to acknowledge and then work through. And so from the heart space, do you notice if it feels energetically more open? Your shoulders are more relaxed, away from your ears. Your neck, front, sides, and back. And when your neck releases, do you feel the snowball effect to either below your body, your neck, from the bottom of your neck to your body, or if you feel your neck relax, does that automatically relax your jaw and even give you an opportunity to drop your bottom teeth from your top teeth, which innately allows the tongue to relax? And the relaxing of the cheeks and the ears. If you cue into your ears, it almost makes the trickle effect to your scalp relaxing. And all the muscles around your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead. I think I've said this before. When I focus on my eyes, I'm relaxing the muscles around my eyes. I almost always start to tear. My eyes thanking me for paying attention to them. And then go ahead at the top of your head, just imagine a white light, cleansing, beautiful white light, just going from above, from the sky through the top of your head, all the way down your body to your toes, just cleansing any further junk that exists within your body energetically. And now that we have arrived to start the work, I'm going to ask you to bring to mind and rate your ability to receive. Nobody knows this. This is going on in your head, right? From 1 to 10, rate your ability to receive. We're going to put it all together. So is it receive profits? Is it receive compliments? Receive gifts? Receive thank yous? Do they all weigh differently within your body and your mind? And this is just a way to observe, right? To see what possibly needs more tuning into and more journaling about, or more work with your mentors, more curiosity. And then ask yourself, why did I choose that number? And just take note, zero judgment, full acceptance for what is for you at this moment. Right? This whole entire session is about recognition and acknowledgement of where you're at in the present moment. This versus, during new moons and full moons and eclipses, there are times when it's more appropriate for manifestation versus what we're doing today, and just taking inventory as to where we are in this moment and creating more space for more good versus dreaming about what could be. Okay, so it's a little bit different. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and place your hands onto your heart center. So right over left, left over right, whatever feels most comfortable to you. Just go ahead and place palms to your heart center. And go ahead and start to list out, I'm going to give you about a minute to list out things that you are grateful for. And just notice how your body feels when you start to list them out. So I've been doing great gratitude lists for, at least 10 years. And it made such a difference for me when I would feel the gratitude of the things I was listing out versus just listing them out on paper. So I want you to just go through over the next minute and just say what you're grateful for. And then you can say it in your head, you can say it out loud, whatever's most comfortable to you, but with your hands on your heart, what are you grateful for? And then feel it in your heart space. There's massive intention with how I structured this session so that we move, we get all the junk from the morning and the numbers and all the goodness of our career that we've chosen, of course. And then, but there's stagnation there because we're sitting and so focused in our brains, and our bodies are still and or clickety clacketing with the mouse and our hotkeys, or even just watching our automated algos if you've set those up. So it's so important for me to put you back into your body through movement, then through your breath to calm it down, and then we go through the exercise, okay? I'll show you where to find all this information. So while you're saying what you're grateful for, while you're feeling what you're grateful for, we'll do about 20 more seconds. And then go ahead and let that go. So take a deep breath in. An open mouth exhale, let it go. Good job. Okay, so with both of your hands on your lap now, you can release them from your heart space, but put your palms up on your lap. So different from grounding when your palms are down, we're gonna flip our palms, rest them on your lap, palms face up. Now I want you to imagine a compliment, and maybe it's not even in your imagination, maybe your experience happened today. Someone paid you a compliment. Someone that you love, someone that you trust, and albeit if it's hard for you to receive the compliment, that's okay, but know it's coming from someone who loves you. So it gives you the extra warmth, maybe that extra room to accept it. So, and how does it feel? So if you receive a compliment in your left hand or your right, whichever one, no judgment. I'm an ambidextrous lefty, and so in this work, I go to my left first. So what is the compliment? And then how are you receiving it within the body? Does it feel good? Is it awkward? Does it make your shoulder tense up? Does it make your nose crunch? Maybe your brows furrow? How does it experience in your body, this compliment? And then let that go. Right? We're just taking inventory if you experience ease and if you experience tension with the concept. Okay, so you can experience this just by these exercises. So when you go trade, you can experience how you're receiving your profits, how you're keeping your profits, how you're expanding your profits. And we'll get to that. But for our sake here, right now, in this moment, I want you to imagine someone giving you a gift. Either hand, left or right. And how does that feel? Are you like, yes, I got a gift. That's amazing. Are you like, oh, I don't know if I can accept this gift. Why'd you give it to me? Right? Well, what's the story that is going on within your mind that leads to exist within your body, or vice versa? It's been existing. It's an old story. It's an old program in the body that has now manifested and imprinted within the brain. So either or. How does that gift feel? Ease or tension? If it is experienced, if you are experiencing tension, where is this tension? And then go ahead and let that go. Shake it out, breathe it in, exhale it out, let that go. All right, so we'll do one more, left or right hand. And how do you experience love? So imagine somebody you love is giving you back, returning love, or giving you love without you even expressing your love to them. How do you, with ease or with tension? And how does ease feel in the body, right? Working towards repetitive muscle memory on how these sensations feel within your body so that when you get in front of your screens, you recognize them quickly, challenging or good. Do you feel the tension? If you feel tension, if someone is giving you love, where does the tension sit? Does it go straight to your shoulders? Does it go straight to your back? Maybe you got a little twinge in your pinky finger. I don't know. It's for you to notice within your body. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Shake your hands out. And now that you've shaken your hands out, I want you to reach your arms out. So extend your arms as best you can. If they can't be fully extended, that's totally okay. If you need to bend your arms, we're going to be here for a few minutes. So make yourself comfortable with your palms up to receive. So we're ramping up, right? We did the compliment, we did a gift, we did love. Now we're going to actually take a look at what is our heart resonance with our numbers, our profits, and the profits that we see not only in our trading day, but in our accounts. And it's across the board, whether it's in trading, whether it's in another career, if your earnings, if it's in your IRAs even, if it's all the above. How do you receive numbers through your heart resonance? And so, as to remind you, your hands are direct extension of your heart. Okay. And you'll say, how is that? And the best example to explain that is if you have a loved one who falls, who has had an accident, and you run to that loved one, your immediate response likely, and often as humans, is to put your hands right on them. That is your heart resonance. That's your energy from your heart. And so as we trade, whether we're hotkeying with our fingers or we're clicking with the mouse, that energy from our heart center is coming from our heart all the way down our arms to our hands. And so if we work on open to receiving, now I'm saying this is a work, and I'm 100%, I cannot guarantee every trade is going to be a win, but we're working towards receiving positivity outcomes that prevent and cue you to observe when you are in the moment of going to tilt if something doesn't go your way, and being more confident to receive on the other end of it, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to continue to focus on receiving, and we're working with our numbers. Okay, so palms out and out. All right, so in the left hand, I want you to receive $500. So I don't know where you're at and what your daily goals are and what you're following your plan goals are, what the monetary value, if you follow your plan to a T, what those are. I don't know if you're new or most of you are experienced as well, but I'm going to start at 500 and we'll work our way up, okay? So how do you receive $500 in your left hand? Your right hand, receive $1,000. So how does that feel? Just like we did in our last week's exercise, is one hand heavier? Even if your profit is more, $1,000, but it feels heavier, right? That's your body cueing you, and there's a disconnect between your opportunity to receive there. Okay. So we're working on receiving, we're working on moving past our monetary ceilings. So just taking notice on what numbers hiccup in our hands, or what numbers resonate with us most so that we can meet ourselves at that moment. So maybe if 500, you can't feel anything because you're way past that goal. You're totally okay with receiving 500. And so maybe you're working on 1,000. So do they feel the same? Is one lighter? Is one heavier? And then we'll sweep that away. So go ahead and let that go. And then go ahead and put 1,000 in your left hand as you're receiving and let it feel good. Just take note. Maybe your heart starts to pound a little bit. You're just cueing into the awareness to where you are at, what numbers resonate, what numbers, perhaps if they don't resonate, but you're not ready yet. Right? But once you start to work with holding these numbers in your hands, it becomes an easier process for you to receive on the monetary level when you're trading. You got to work through all these steps though. And in your right hand, put $2,000. How does that feel? So in the worksheet, I've created an opportunity. You guys can change the monetary values within the spaces. So you can work through them on your own. And at the end of the session, keep your eyes closed now, but at the end of the session, I'll walk you through how to get to all this information. All right, so let's say you have a plan, you know the monetary value of your plan when you follow your plan to a T. Let that $1,000 in your left hand and your $2,000, let that go in your right hand. And just take note in your awareness of how either or both felt within your body. And let's say when you follow your plan to a T, on an average, you make $2,000 per day. And again, you can manipulate these numbers on the worksheet, but we're just using them for an example today. So go ahead and hold the 2,000 per day in your left hand and hold the 10,000 per week in your right. This is the truth of the matter. So perhaps you keep getting tripped up at the 10,000 per week. So if you hold it in your hands, imagine holding the number in your hands. And maybe you have already moved on from the numbers and you're way beyond 2,000. That's okay. Maybe you're still working with 200 a day for 1,000 a week. That's also okay. This is where you're at. And then I want you to move the 10,000 per week to your left hand. And I want you to put 42,000 in your right hand for the month. How does that feel? You're receiving this by your own hard work. You're receiving this. Move the 42,000 to your left hand and put 504,000 in your right. So that's per year. How does that feel? Is it getting heavy? Is it scary? Does your heart start to race? Does your jaw start? Or do you feel so encumbered and embracing all this opportunity to receive? It comes with ease. And go ahead and move the 504,000 per year into your left hand. See how it feels. And in your right hand, hold 5 years of that plan. 2.5 million in your right. If you were consistent, now obviously there are days that you make, obviously there are days that you don't, but in the grand scheme of things, can you hold this amount of money within your body at the cellular level? Are you open to receiving this? It takes time. Again, I don't know where your levels are, but it takes time to be open. And the practice is moving one in your left hand, the other in your right, and then moving them over as you continue from the day to the week to the month to the year, 5 years. You can even go as far as 10 years, 20 years. And just notice how your hands feel. If your hands get tired, perhaps even at one number, your hand got tired and you immediately grounded your hand down. And maybe the number's too much. But find a number that sits with you, that feels good to you, that you're content with. That excites you to grow to that number. That allows you to be deserving of the success. All right, so money is energy. So your definition and your relationship with money creates its resonance. And this is how you tap into how you feel about money and its vibration. Right? I understand you got to go way back and talk about and explore how you experience the concept of money, where you were brought up and what kind of environment. But you have the ability as an adult to tap in and take care of that inner child, to do the work, to allow yourself to succeed at such greater levels beyond what you experienced in your childhood. And sometimes it's these tools, these exercises that get you past that threshold. It takes work. I'm grateful that you're here to do the work. Be grateful for yourselves that you've done it. You're here as well. Okay, so go ahead and rest your arms. And while this experience is still warm, can you name your emotions and then sensations in your body? Did anything surprise you? Did anything come up that gave you insight to something that is needed to be released or let go? If something has, then go ahead and ask yourself, number one, are you ready to release it? So is there something that you know, and quite often we know, and if any time is the right time to let go of something that is deserving of our path, It would be now on the eclipse and the meteor shower and the new moon. So is there a limiting belief or a limiting action that you've taken that you can let go? And go ahead and let it go. And say, how do I do that, Dani? Oh, well, you can do it one of two ways. You can actually just let it go, or you can say, I am letting go. Or you can imagine a cord connected to your belly button and cutting the cord. But once you have let that go, you've created a space. So the key is once we've let something go, there is space to be filled with goodness. So tap in to the inner child, just like David said, wiggling his toes always makes him smile. And go ahead and tap in and fill that space that you just let go of a limiting belief or a limiting action, or maybe even this person or experience you're holding on to. Go ahead and fill it with something that brings you the utmost joy and happiness. Maybe it's a color. Maybe it's flowers. Maybe it's music. And once you've filled that space with joy and happiness, I want you to take the last couple minutes with me to thank yourself. So let's go ahead and just bring to mind things that you've done well in your life and that you're proud of. Green is the color of heart. I'll give you a minute more. Just continue to scroll through your brain and your mind, even if you say it out loud, or if you're just bringing it to your mind quietly, what you're proud of and what you have done well in your life. And then from here, and to wrap up, go ahead and bring to mind a few things that you're thankful for yourself, that you can actually say, thank you, Philly D. Thank you, David, for showing up every day, for doing the work, for being the person you are. Give yourself as many reasons as you can to thank yourself. Right? This is all about opening the heart space, giving yourself the opportunity to receive, to expand your goals, your outcomes, to focus more on the positive, and bring yourself into a grounded state, more so that you can accept the emotion that comes up, both on the loss side of things and the receiving side of things, and become aware so that you can move authentically rather than tilting or, constricting, avoiding, right? All those things. Let's wrap up. Give yourself a couple more things to thank yourself for. I certainly am grateful for you guys, and thank you guys for showing up today. It is such a gift to be able to do this and share this with you. Things that are so important to me and my growth. So always know that whatever I'm teaching with you guys, I'm doing on my own. I've done. These things have made a difference in my life. They continue to make a difference. As long as I am here on this earth, I will continue to do the work. I'm always curious, so curious as to how I exist as a human. And I want you to take a deep breath in, breathe in through your nose, fill up your entire body all the way down to your toes. Know that you've done some amazing work today. And then big open mouth exhale, sigh it out. You can even stick your tongue out, also called lion's breath, right? Keeping with the theme, Lion's Gate, 8-8, and then also the eclipse and Leo. So let's do that one more time because I know it'll feel good. So breathe in through your nose. And then open your mouth, stick out your tongue, and just sigh it out, make a noise, let it go. And come back into this space, awaken your eyes, open your eyes. Maybe you need to take a stretch or two. Folks, we ran to the minute. I'm going to walk you through how to access this information. If you have questions, always you can DM me through the portal. You can email me. It's on the website. But let's start. Let me show you where you can get this information. All right, so it's tradeanchors.com. Click on the tool suite. So when you click on it, it'll open up another window. Scroll, the top of the page is just quick links. If you know how you feel, you want to arrive before the open, settle and restore, see what's running in your body and your mind. But if you can scroll down, always the cards that have the highlighted teal to the left, the border, will be the most recent sessions that we've gone through. So Room to Receive is the one that we went through today. So if you click on that, it'll open up all the exercises we went through. It's all here for you. If you see the sequences, so there's another way beyond today's lessons. I put up on X and through Substack. I'm a huge believer and practitioner of tapping, so EFT tapping. So I put together some sequences. There's a couple out there, and to build upon today's lesson, there's a gratitude tapping sequence, abundance and plateau, right? So keeping with that growing if you've hit your ceiling. And then also from last week's stop or loss limit hit tapping exercises. And you can expand them. There are sequences that you can go through. Okay. And here's the abundance and plateau. Beyond that, you know that we are going to launch the Funded Path Institute. So if you're an affiliate of Pitbull Traders and or you're interested in a funding program and or experiencing what funding prop looks like and feels like and how you perform, then I would highly recommend going through Pitbull as well as using Trader platform. And that is also one of the people within our group, Niels. That's his platform. It's awesome. I've been using it. I love it. But we are hoping to launch the Funded Path Institute to walk you through 9 weeks of what it is, what it actually means to be in that funded path, the valuations, the resets, the passing, the keeping your money, the what you do with your money after you bring it and, withdrawal and all that. So I look forward to seeing you every Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are able to be open to reap the benefits of all this work that you're doing every Wednesday and throughout your life. So thanks so much. Any questions? No questions before I go? Okay, you guys have a great week. Thank you so much. See you next week.